Yo guys, what is good? It's your boy John Monk here, back again with another video. And today we're going over 5 things that I've noticed about sneakers in 2026. Alright, if you guys have not seen my most recent video where I go over 5 of the hottest sneakers out on the market right now, make sure to go check it out afterwards. Now, as a sneakerhead, throughout the year, I have noticed a lot of different things about what people have been wearing on their feet. You know, typically for most people, they notice immediate features when they see a person. Maybe it's in their face or a couple of things in their outfits. However, for me, I automatically gravitate towards what they're wearing on feet. I've noticed a couple of different things that really sum up the trends of 2026 in terms of footwear. Now, in these things that I've noticed, I'm obviously going to be reminiscing a lot about the hype of sneakers back in 2016 and 2017. Definitely, it's not like that anymore, but I still wanted to talk about what shoes are like in 2026. So if you guys are new here and you have any kind of interest in sneakers, you don't even have to be a sneakerhead yourself. This is the right place to be, so I would very much appreciate it if you guys could smash the subscribe button and also give this video a big thumbs up for me. But with that being said, these are a couple of things that I've noticed about sneakers in 2026. Let's hop into it. All right, so my first observation when it comes to sneakers in 2026 is that there is no single brand that everyone is wearing. And what I mean by this is that basically there's not a single sneaker brand that is dominating the market right now. In the past, we've seen basically Nike take over the sneaker market, and then at one point it was Adidas, and then it moved over to New Balance. Over the last couple of years, it was like Asics. However, I feel like in 2026 right now, we have such a diversified market with so many different brands, and each brand serves a different purpose. You go outside and you see what people are wearing, and it's not just one brand. I think it's obvious that each sneaker brand has an iconic model that they're known for, and basically people like to go in those directions. It's not like, hey, we're Team Nike, we're Team Adidas, we're just going to rock all the sneakers from them. Now, there are sneaker brands out there that I don't even have a ton of experience with, such as Brooks or Mizuno. They're not lifestyle sneaker brands. However, they're coming out with a lot of functional use sneakers that people have been wearing for daily comfort. So I think if you guys live by a busy area or like the city, you're gonna see a lot of different things on feet. And honestly, I think it's better that way. I don't think that one single brand should really dominate what everyone's wearing. And this takes me on to my next observations about sneakers in 2026. It's that comfort is the top priority over aesthetic. You know, back when sneakers were at its peak between 2016 all the way to 2020, people were wearing pretty uncomfortable sneakers, let's be honest. Jordan 1s, Nike Dunks, Jordan 4s, pretty much anything from Jordan brand, they're not comfortable at all. You know, at the end of the day, those sneakers look good, they were classics, and it didn't really matter if they were uncomfortable. You would just be standing on your feet all day, but you wouldn't really complain. But nowadays, in 2026, and it has been this case for the last couple of years now, comfort is pretty much what everyone is looking for in a sneaker. I think people have gotten tired of the fact that there are classic sneakers out there, such as your Air Force Ones, your Jordan 1s, your Nike Dunks, your Stan Smith Superstars, all of those sneakers that are like your everyday leather shoes. A lot of people have switched over to runners and trainers, ones that have a lot more technology, cushioning, and foam. But we've seen a huge surge in brands such as Hoka's, On Cloud. We've seen Asics, New Balance. These are the brands that make really comfortable sneakers that a lot of people want to try right now. Like personally for me, I have a couple of sneakers in my collection that are uncomfortable, but they look so good and I'm never gonna get rid of them. But from time to time, I still find myself gravitating towards my New Balance and Asics sneakers just because sometimes my feet hurt and I just want a nice comfortable walk when I'm going to work. I think back at the peak of sneakers, we had comfortable shoes such as the Ultra Boost, the Nike Prestos, or even Yeezys, for example. However, I think that now the technology that sneaker brands have been coming out with, they've honestly exceeded these expectations. They've exceeded what we had in the past. And a lot of people like that a lot more. This takes me on to my next point about sneakers in 2026 is that neutral colors are what's in trend. And I'm not talking about earth tone colors, that's different. I'm talking about like plain, neutral, clean colorways like your whites, your grays, and your creams. I think back in the hype age of sneakers, definitely sneakers were bold, they were powerful, they told a story, right? You wanted to wear something that was bright, so obviously people could notice it. Even sneakers that weren't too crazy, such as like the Jordan 1 Chicago's, you know, that's something that not a lot of people really wear nowadays. Like that sneaker itself is pretty minimal, but I would say in today's trends, that is a little too colorful for what people are looking for. A lot of people are just going to wear clean, minimalist sneakers that they could wear with a bunch of different outfits. I think when you go for the really bright colorways, they kind of are harder to match and harder to pair with certain clothes. So a lot of people don't do that anymore. Personally for me, I have a lot of sneakers in my collection, so I'm always going to try that. However, I think the reason for this being is that in today's economy, everything is so expensive and sneakers are one of those things. So instead of buying so many different shoes like people used to in the past, now people are only buying maybe 1 or 2 pairs in their collection, and they want obviously that sneaker to match with everything in their wardrobe. So that is why white, gray, and cream are the top colorways for sneakers, because they go well with everything. I mean, this is a little bit of a tangent because these are not necessarily sneakers, but aside from those monochromatic colorways, I think something else that's in trend are black loafers or dress shoes that a lot of people like to wear with their outfits. Maybe it's not about the sneaker aesthetic anymore. People kind of want to go for a more classy, dressy feel. So a lot of people are wearing Doc Martens. A lot of people are wearing dressier things that are more sleek and minimal and don't have a lot of hype to them. And honestly, they look good. It's just something that is different from, I guess, the hype sneakerhead that everyone else is used to. But colors such as like your neon colors, your bright flamboyant colors, orange, green, red, even like this like powder blue colorway right here, you're not gonna see those in trend anymore in 2026. Like we've seen Jordan 1s come out with OG colorways such as the Chicago's. We've seen like the Royals colorways come out a whole bunch of different times. They just sit on shelves because again, people don't want to buy those pairs. People want to go for the white pair. People want to go for the clean pairs, the pairs that go with everything. And this takes me on to my second to last point about sneakers in 2026. And that is sneakers are no longer the statement piece in an outfit. What I mean by this is that back in 2016 to 2020, sneakers used to tell its own story. You used to see someone wearing a pair of shoes, and that's the first thing that you notice. That's the focal point of their whole entire fit. Now, people's outfits would be centered around the sneakers, as that's the first thing that draws the most attention. So yeah, clothing was a big deal. I mean, we had hype brands such as Supreme and Off-White. However, when it came to sneakers, those were the very things that people were most interested in and they gained the most attraction. However, nowadays it's really different. Instead of the shoes being the statement piece, they now just complement the rest of the outfit. In the past, you would buy clothes to complement your shoes, but in today's age, you would buy shoes to complement your clothes. It's not just about the hypey Sarah and it's not just about the trends, but instead people just have different tastes. There are so many different kinds of looks and aesthetics people are trying to achieve, especially in men's fashion. So I think people definitely just look out for different sneakers that kind of fit with that look as well. And this takes me on to my last point about sneakers in 2026. I've noticed that there is a huge lack in sneaker collabs with different brands. Now, we've seen some collabs with different brands here and there, and honestly, they're a little bit boring. There has just been a lot of repeats with different colorways. However, we really want to see just like new, refreshing collaborations. You know, it's not just about the top athletes that collaborate with the sneaker. We want to see a brand that has nothing to do with shoes, and that just makes the sneaker community excited about different releases. Take the Kirkland Dunks, for example. We saw that around last year, and basically these were so cool because, again, Costco has nothing to do with sneakers at all, but for the fact that we saw a collaboration between these two brands, pretty much everyone has something to do with Costco in their lives. So this is something that people got excited about. And plus, collaborations are what really drive the sneaker interest in today's trends. I'm being brutally honest. I mean, yes, GRs are great. I have nothing wrong with them. But whenever we see a collaboration with two different brands coming together to form one sneaker, that is what us sneakerheads love. Like, for example, Marvel, that has nothing to do with shoes. When you take a Spider-Man take on a pair of Jordan 1s, that's just something that is like so nostalgic, such an exciting thing to witness and experience. And just buying it makes you enjoy collecting sneakers so much more. I mean, with sneakers, there has been a couple of solid collaborations that we've seen. For example, whenever John collaborates with New Balance or Asics, it's pretty good. We've also seen Nigel Sylvester collaborate with Jordan Brand, which is also pretty cool too. But aside from that, I feel like it's been a while since we've seen an exciting sneaker collaboration in 2026. I don't know if it's because the sneaker market is just not doing well, so a lot of different brands don't even want to try to invest in having a sneaker collab, thinking it's not going to sell out. However, I think I'm just waiting for that brand that is going to make this statement piece out of a shoe. Like, we've seen sneaker collaborations with like Ben and Jerry's in the past. Like, who does that? Or like Fruity Pebbles, right? These things are again, really random brands to collaborate and to make a sneaker out of. But again, you're bringing a new take to the shoe. It's something that's limited. Not everyone can get their hands on it. So that's what drives the thrill out of a collab. You need to find brands that really resonate with your consumers. And once you come together and make a sneaker, that's what's really going to sell for your crowd. That's what's going to revive the sneaker market, in my opinion. But yep, those are 5 things that I've noticed about sneakers in 2026. I honestly miss it. I miss when everyone just loved collecting shoes so much. Now people just value little pieces of paper in their Pokemon cards. I don't think it makes any sense to me. But now I'd like to hear from you guys. Is there anything that you guys have noticed about sneakers in 2026? Let me know in the comments down below. And again, if you guys liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And you guys want to hear more from me, smash the subscribe button because more will be on the way. Again, these are just a couple of things that I've noticed about shoes in 2026. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.